Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Kinder Wolf for Wolf News for YouTube and Facebook. I had to cut the first IE video off, for a short moment because there was constant interruptions, etc., due to the incompetent programming of Bill Gates, the worst computer designer and programmer on the planet, along with everyone else who's forced to use his so-called services and worldwide internet he owns, hence YouTube, and everybody else who seems not to understand why the world needs to drop Bill and make real programs and a whole lot more. But again, we'll go through that later. Anyways, to finish the news here, McCain, as I mentioned earlier, was running his mouth and did a half-ass interview to, an individual from some place called The Hill in Washington, D.C., to a reporter named Jacqueline Thompson about 3 hours ago, where Senator John McCain laughed when asked if he was scared of President Trump. McCain was appearing on The View to mark the birthday of his daughter Megan, who is also a new co-host on the show, when the host brought up Trump's threats against the senator. "Are you scared?" co-host Sonny Hostin asked, to which McCain and the rest of the host's studio audience burst into laughter. "I mentioned that I had faced greater challenges," McCain eventually replied. Trump made the comments about McCain after a Republican senator made a speech that attacked half-baked spurious nationalism in the U.S., hence an insult towards Trump. "At some point, I fight back and it won't be pretty," Trump said last week. McCain replied at the time that he had faced far greater challenges than this. Trump has repeatedly attacked the senator after McCain voted against the GOP bill to repeal Obamacare. Remember again that McCain is a psychotic, i.e. from Vietnam, who was beaten in the face repeatedly by the Vietnamese for being a smart mouth, and why he's still trying to murder Russians, even using ISIS, as I said before, where he handed over 2 missiles to bring down a Russian plane with men, women, and children on it, and murdered helicopter pilots and jet planes. Okay, again, Bill's incompetence caused another cutoff. So, as I was saying, McCain, who's a psychotic nut that hands over, i.e., weapons to ISIS and everybody else involved with ISIS, the staged Israeli terrorist group that Israel had created, and so did the other Masonics and New World Order people, etc., for which you already know. Again, was running his mouth towards Trump because he wants the economy and, again, to the healthcare system, as I said before in the first part of the news this week, to be ultimately destroyed. All right. Okay. We also have more news from America and, again, about North Korea. As soon as I can put it up here and read what they had said. Okay. Right now, again, Bill Gates is screwing up. His biggest problem is lag, and whenever he does the head spin thing, that means he's stuck in a permanent loop, and many other psychological aspects. Again, when it comes to Bill Gates and anyone else on the planet who has a job, their work basically shows their psychology and psychological problems, mind you. And then it ends up as their so-called programs to labor or whatever they think they're doing. Okay, so it continues. U.S. missile defense shield THAAD ready for North Korea. This is from Newsweek, Sophia Loto Persio. South Korea now has a fully operational American-made missile defense system that will enable the country to bring down a North Korean rocket. U.S. forces Korea announced Sunday that a military unit had arrived at South Korea to assume command of the Terminal High Altitude Area Defense THAAD system, which was bolstered with an additional 4 missile launchers in September in response to North Korea's fast-developing nuclear technology. But the manpower required to operate it was only deployed last week from Fort Bliss, Texas, to the U.S. military base in Sangju, 185 miles south of Seoul, South Korean news agency Yonhap reported. A reflagging ceremony held Thursday at the base symbolized the unit's realignment from Texas to South Korea and adopted the name Combined Task Force Defender to reflect the new mission, a U.S. Army statement said, and will also include South Korean soldiers. The missile interceptor was first deployed in April and faced strong opposition from both local residents, peace activists, and foreign powers like China, which is concerned that the battery could be used to breach its own nuclear defenses, and Russia. Made in the U.S., THAAD is considered the first and foremost prominent missile defense system against a potential missile attacking from North Korea. Consisting of a network of tracking guidance radars and interceptor launchers, the land-based system can shoot down a missile both inside and just outside the. Okay. If the radar detects an incoming missile, an interceptor is launched towards the target, destroying the enemy warhead using kinetic energy. As the Department of Defense's Missile Defense Agency describes, the anti-missile defense system uses hit-to-kill technology to neutralize a missile, mitigating its effect before it reaches the ground. In other words, it's not a very reliable system to start with, and it's not what you use to take down any amount of missiles from anything or anyone. It can be easily countered, it can be easily destroyed, let alone preempted. Okay, due to another incompetent Bill Gates, i.e., incident, again, where I got cut off on camera and microphone as usual here on YouTube. As I was saying, the defense missile system THAAD is fatally flawed that they put in South Korea from America. You can try and shoot down using kinetic energy all you want, etc., but North Korean missiles are much more tougher and they can survive, i.e., such blasts. Not to mention the fact you're supposed to take down missiles using pulse weapons to, i.e., laser, to plasma beam weaponry, let alone using explosive tip bullets to, i.e., shells, and thus destroying the weapon, let alone even cutting off the junctions and other redundant connections to the warhead itself or to the main connection and to the power itself, let alone to the fuel that is driving the missile, and even the navigation system has the gyro, etc., etc. So if you wanted to take down a warhead, the weapons system that they have here, which is nothing but tubes with missiles that come out of them, whether in box shape or round shape, etc., etc., is a very lousy and inaccurate system and can be easily defended by any other country, let alone anyone shooting at it will just end up either missing or not doing any real damage at all because, again, North Korean missiles are extremely tough, durable missiles. So, you would need penetrating and explosive, i.e. heads, in order to hit the junction or the fuel intake, or at least the gyro itself, and cutting off the power supply that's in the missile. As it is, these nitwits don't know how to do that. So they just wasted more time and money in their paranoia towards North Korea. And they also want to put out, i.e., blackout bombs that can short circuit an enemy country's power supply. Well, North Korea is used to not having any power, and they don't know how to make, i.e., independent power sources even inside of their missiles. So they can throw up EMPs all they want and everything else, but that's not going to work against North Korea. All right. Okay. And the last few things, i.e., for the news that's going to start the pattern, i.e., for this week, is basically the same three subjects again: Trump, North Korea, Iran, and again, economy, healthcare, and everyone's little opinions, comments, and assertions. And then you have the regular news of foods to so-called lifestyle living and a whole lot more. So again, this is Kinderwolf for Kinderwolf News on the YouTube and Facebook. Sorry I haven't got much else, but that's Monday, and now we have a pattern for the week. All right. Hope you enjoyed the news. We'll see you again tomorrow.